Welcome to So You. I'm Tim,
What's up? I'm Elle.
and today, So You watched Ghost Stories.
Ghost stories.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No, you didn't.
We're starting.
You didn't.
I'm doing this the whole
offend
podcast.
Anyone with your weird,
Give me some fish and chips, yeah?
with your weird dialect exchange. You're like mixing the different versions of an accent into one.
You come here for the entertainment reviews, but you stay for the bad accents.
Yeah, that's
Put that on a business card somewhere.
That's the tagline. Yeah, so it's getting close to Halloween.
It's cold outside.
Yeah, starting today.
The Halloween decorations are out, though.
Yeah,
love
starting
it.
October
I love
1st. So I had the idea because we were trying to like figure out what are we going to talk about. I had the idea like, well, we should do a horror film.
Yes.
And I was on Hulu and I saw Ghost Stories.
Yeah, I never heard of it till you suggested
me
it.
either. Apparently it came out. It says 2018 on Hulu, but it was 2017 on IMDb. So
Okay.
I'm assuming it's like late 2017 ordeal. Who cares?
Yeah.
Has Martin Freeman in
Yeah.
it. For not as long as I thought it would be, but he's in there, so
I'm not gonna lie, I
awesome.
thought he was gonna be the main protagonist, but
Yeah, me too. Well, that's like it says like starring Martin Freeman. Which
they're
is
right. They did
Yeah.
briefly state that.
Yeah.
It wasn't false advertising, but
No.
it was a little misleading. That's okay.
Yeah. British horror movie. But you know what? Before we dive in,
Yes.
I had a thought.
Tim's thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only had this thought because the Rugby World Cup's going on, and right before we
Cool.
started recording, I told you about like the women's U.S. rugby team.
Which is fantastic.
Sevens. They just on the 10th they won the whole kit and caboodle, the whole fucking thing. They played Australia and they won by 3 tries. That's touchdowns if you're an American.
I was just about to ask, what does that convert to? Because I personally don't know. Okay.
So
hell of a win then.
yeah.
Just to the wire?
Rugby, not
No.
to the wire.
Okay.
It was good.
Okay.
Women's rugby, like women's sevens rugby, it's really fast, which sevens in rugby is really fast anyway. It's the super athletic version of rugby, whereas like the one that most people probably think of is the big dudes and
Yes.
the rough and tumble version.
Yes, like
yeah.
hankering down. Yeah.
That's like the different rugby.
Okay.
Right.
Huh. Did not know that.
That's the good one. Sevens is bullshit.
Oh. So we just won the bullshit championship.
Yeah.
Of the
No,
world.
sevens is fine. Sevens is fine. I don't know. I don't like watching it. I'm sure it's fun as hell to play because it's
How fast paced it is.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like you're buzzing. Like you're not stopping as much. It's all about the passes, the lateral. Like you're just going. It's boring to watch though. It's just a bunch of people running back and forth on a field. A lot like football, not American football. Soccer. Sorry.
Football.
Yeah.
Put the accents where they need them, Tim.
What? People in Europe don't say football. They say football.
Football. Footballers. That was bad. That was
Yeah.
a worse one. That was a
Yeah.
worse accent. Yeah.
I mean, it's I'm just saying. Like oh man. Life. Jesus. When things get in your way. Some
You
tech-
bulldoze them over.
yeah, some technical things on this end. Amateurs.
Nothing you guys can't see here.
Yeah. No, sevens is fine. Again, I'm sure it's fun to play. No, but kudos to the U.S. women's team.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's
I wish more-
incredible. They beat New
Talk
Zealand
about this more.
to get to the finals, and then they beat Australia in the finals.
Which, from what I assume, is they're
no,
like,
that's- Yeah,
like
New
powerhouses
Zealand and
of rugby,
Australia
right?
are incredible
Yeah.
at rugby.
see, why aren't we talking about this more, America?
Yeah, no,
We
it's
just
a great thing.
Shit on the world, and we're just like,
Yeah, but the World Cup.
That's the only way it's acceptable for us to shit on people is through sports.
Exactly. The World Cup's also going on. Speaking of shitting on people through sports, 2020 Olympics coming up.
Gang,
The rest of the world getting
over.
ready to get clapped.
Let's go. I don't even know why they show up, to be honest with you.
Man.
It's just the USA show.
I'm telling you, pretty much. The only competition is like long distance running and men's gymnasts. Look,
Yo.
China has good gymnasts.
They do.
And then
So does Russia.
when it comes to like track and field, when it comes to field, Russia. When it comes
when they're
to
not doping.
But they have to
Isn't
keep
everyone?
up with the U.S.
Oh.
I'm kidding, guys. That's why it's the Olympics. You know what I love most about the Olympics
It's the Olympics.
is genuinely like how excited I get for literally everyone.
No, I get super pumped. I love it. I love the
like all of
I love
it.
the Olympics.
Like
it
all
makes
of
me
it.
happy. Also,
Of course, I'm like rooting for the U.S. and I get super hyped
Right.
when they win. But
Right.
like, even if I'm just watching someone try their
Yes.
best and they win, I'm like, this
Yes.
is exactly why I watch people do things that I could never.
Oh
do.
yeah, it's cool to watch people at the peak of their human performance
Yeah.
crush it. It's
Yeah.
so cool to watch that. But I have a question for you now.
What?
You bring up the Olympics. Are you a summer or are you a winter?
Summer. I like winter. I watched a shit ton of winter. I mean, I guess hockey, greatest sport on the planet.
Ayo,
Besides rugby. Rugby is the greatest sport on the planet.
we're a hockey pod for sure.
Yeah,
How about them
just
Preds?
the reason why I was mentioning rugby is because the men's World Cup is also going on. The USA men are not doing very well, but that's okay because I'm an Ireland fan, so
Oh no,
it's fine.
Shock.
It's fine.
It's okay. Our basketball team didn't do too hot either.
Yeah, but didn't
It's tough.
everyone like decide not to play?
Yeah, they were just.
Yeah, no one.
They're pick up games in New York
Yeah,
instead.
no one everyone that would like represent Team USA is just like, I don't wanna anymore. So, meh. Whatever. Kind of. I like basketball. I'm a little over the
Basketball.
dramatics of it all.
They're getting a little bit like men's soccer with the dramatics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree with you there.
So I've been watching a lot of rugby because it's going on right now.
I'm not gonna lie, you're my rugby plug. You're my-
It's
supply.
going on right now, and it made me realize something.
okay.
I can't sit through a game of American football.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Is it just because it's not fast paced enough?
And it's not that actually. It's all the fucking commercials. Seriously.
No, I think
I
you bring
kind
up
of
a
get
good
that
point.
though. Like when people are really into soccer or like football, if you're not a pleb. I think because Brenna loves football. She loves it.
Yeah.
So she watches.
Is she a City fan?
Shit. I
Or
should,
Man United over here on my side of the table?
I should know what.
It's fine. We'll edit that back in.
I'm
We'll
gonna
edit
be
it back
honest.
in and
I
act
don't
like.
care about any of it.
But you're there to support Brennan. That's all that
No,
matters.
because
Take that,
soccer.
guys. That's a tip.
Because I actually watched. I was actually watching a game the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so bored.
Damn it.
I was.
Why? Why are we bored?
I don't know, man. There were too many flops, man. They flop more.
Oh,
They flop
yeah,
so much.
No, I don't.
They like
Yeah.
kind of touch each other, and then they were like
Yeah.
crying. I don't know. One dude. So these two guys collided. One dude did get a shiner, and it's he's got a black eye.
Yeah.
But they were like, it's like a fucking 10
They're on the
minute,
ground, right,
It's like a
rolling
10-minute
around.
delay.
Yeah.
The guy
No,
gets
I
a
know.
shiner. Meanwhile, I just watched a kid take a puck flying
Yes.
90 miles an hour to the jawline. He skates off to the side, comes back in 2.5 minutes later. It's like,
Chara. Yeah. No, remember he broke his jaw
Yeah.
in the Stanley Cup last year? Yeah. No.
listen, and then when you also watch that, and then you put that in tandem with rugby, where it's like these guys are getting fucking. Actually, before I say rugby is like overly brutal, I'm pretty sure their concussion rate is less than American football.
Interesting. Is it because of lack of padding and the tackle?
Yeah, it's the
Technicalities?
Yeah, it's the strict rules of tackling. I mean,
Huh, okay.
and the penalties for rugby are way harsher. And like in American football, it's like, unnecessary roughness, 15 yards. Oh,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like a blindsided receiver or whatever, 15 yards. No, they like banned a dude on the U.S. team for like 3 games because he fucking, annihilated this guy.
Oh wow. Okay.
I mean, and it's an illegal hit.
Mhm.
Like it was borderline late, and it was a shoulder. You're supposed to wrap. You're supposed to wrap around. You're supposed to be low too, but it was a straight up shoulder tackle. Football shoulder tackle to the dude's fucking dome.
Oh.
And they're not wearing any
Right.
gear or
Yeah,
anything.
that's a concussion protocol right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got banned for 3 games.
Good.
That's how you
Right.
enforce concussion.
It seems like there's
issues.
expectations and then accountability and consequences that
exactly.
follow along. Interesting how that
Yeah.
works out. NFL, take a look at that.
Right, because on week 1 I saw week 2 or 3.
Shit show in the NFL right now.
I was watching the Dolphins.
Yeah.
And I mean the dude got knocked out, literally knocked out. He was
shit.
defenseless
That's so scary. Yeah.
defenseless receiver. He got knocked out. He was on the ground, stiff, knocked out, UFC style. And a slap on the wrist, a little 15-yard penalty.
Maybe a fine later. Yeah, see.
And it's like, what are you guys doing?
Right.
The guy literally blew him up.
Knocked out.
The kid was looking the other direction. He got blown up, shoulder and head to his head, while he was moving in one direction in the air. Guys, that guy who hit him, banned. 2 games, gone. Get him out of here. It seems harsh, but you gotta. What are you doing?
I know.
So, but that's all. I don't want to go on a rant about concussion protocols and how the NFL's a sham.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
between
man.
that
I
and
don't
NBA
know,
this
man.
week,
I used to really like NFL. I used to really like football. It's hard to get through games because one, the advertisements
Right.
are too much. It's
stupid.
they do in-screen ads.
I was about
and
to say
shit
now they literally split screen it, so we're getting the ads and then you're
My
also getting
goodness.
it's stupid, man.
The kid got hit, and I literally didn't know what was going on to him because they jumped to an ad. And it's like, guys, I'm concerned about a person's health. I just want to see that out.
Right.
As a viewer, I don't know, maybe I'm weird, but I want to see that out.
Yeah.
Because I'm just genuinely like, oh my God, I hope he's all right.
Hope he's okay.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
Just let the guys talk for a little bit. It's okay.
Right. No, it's
because
okay.
they do it on other, they do it on other world sports again, like football and like
Basketball,
rugby.
yeah.
You just kind of keep it going, and you don't take so many commercial breaks. So again, I get why people that watch football would have a hard time watching any other sport because of all the ads that come in on American football and basketball, and basketball's a little bit better.
Yeah. Well, that's
still.
So it's like hockey, football,
Hockey's really good.
basketball,
Basketball's-
college.
Basketball's so colleges, yeah.
But those are the few sports that you're actually just consistently watching something for
Yeah.
at least 15 to 20 minutes straight. And
Yeah.
it's nice. It is nice. And I don't know. That's why I don't understand why people like hockey. There's really they don't really take any breaks in the action.
No.
It's usually you're going to watch the entire period for the most part, unless an injury or something crazy happens where they have to stop play.
Exactly.
But for the most part, you're going to sit there and watch the entire period before.
I mean,
You know?
when that
Love
guy, when I was watching the United States match, and that guy got hit, they didn't even take a commercial break for then. I mean, the game paused for a little bit, and they made sure the guy was okay, and they helped him out, and he ended up walking off the field, and
That's awesome.
he pulled the red card and told the guy he was out. And you find out later he was banned for 3 games, and so I mean, I just kind of realized I can't sit through an NFL game.
The monetization of the game.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
hard. I watched most of the Packers and Cowboys game, but I still took plenty of time to just not watch. I was just kind of up and about doing things.
So you bring up a good point.
I mean, it's early in the season, but that's a pretty big game.
It is a pretty, and yeah,
Cowboys were
and NFC
3-0,
it's a
and
good historical matchup as well.
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers, it's a good Dak, Zeke. Yeah, no, it's a good little matchup that you'd want to sit down and watch. I guess they don't really care because it's going to be on the background regardless. But it's when you do have those breaks in the action, you're more, let me check my phone. Let me go do this, and the next thing you know, it's oh shit, and half a quarter's already gone by.
Yeah, it's funny. a bud of mine literally only keeps track of the NFL through like highlight videos. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Like he doesn't watch anything. Like, he might watch like when the playoffs come around.
Sure.
But he doesn't go out of his way to like pay for anything to watch it. He'll watch it if it happens to be on, if he can get access to it easily.
Right.
Like he doesn't go out of his way to pay for anything, or he'll just keep up with the action through, highlight videos. And he's like,
yeah,
he's like, I also don't have to sit through the ads.
right,
And he goes like, I don't really care finding out about it a day later. It's whatever. Like,
right.
I just keep up with it, and that's it.
Yeah, because honestly, at that point, I mean, it's like, oh, did you remember that one play on that one
But
time?
I think that's
that
a
one?
little.
Yeah.
But because I was telling him kind of like, I just don't really care to follow the NFL anymore, and that's what he was telling me. And it's like, at that point, I'm not following the sport. So I think I'm good. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's
Like,
totally fair.
Last year I think I watched 2 games, and one of them was the Super Bowl. So. Nah, it was about. I think it was 3. I think it was 3.
Okay.
I think it was 3 games because I watched an Eagles and Giants matchup, but the Giants were so bad last year I didn't finish it.
Fair enough. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Your luck is turning this year, though. Then it dimes.
And then I watched the AFC Championship, and then I watched the Super Bowl. So, 3 games.
Yeah, that sounds about right for most people.
Just not that into it.
I think after we all realized the CTE and how shittily the NFL handles domestic abuse issues and violence issues, and
NFL,
how kind of corrupt their front office is,
it's a little weird how much it goes back to like how much this podcast will always go back to like, put your money into good things. Like,
give people good things.
NFL's not a great. It's not a great organization.
No.
It's like the wrestling organization.
Dude,
John Oliver did that whole like
that
big
whole
section
thing,
on it, and like when you hear about all that, and
it's like the people that actually make the product what it is, they treat them like absolute shit.
Yeah.
And don't take care of them.
I'm not like
so
a
shitty
wrestling fan anyway.
No,
but
yeah.
Like even if I was, and I watched that, and I would probably stop.
Right. How can you? Yeah, no.
I just wouldn't support it.
Hey, but do what you gotta do. But
either way,
put your money where good things are.
Yeah, put your DVR to record some rugby and watch a harder version of American football.
Go watch your local hockey team, professional hockey team.
That's true too. Definitely, people need to get into hockey more.
People do. Yes, I don't know why. Because
fun.
it's for me the way I kind of thought about it was it's like the quickness and the fast pacedness of basketball.
Yeah,
constantly going back and forth.
Yeah.
But then the way you have to move the puck around, like that's very soccer,
right?
And basketball.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. And then it's the physicality of football.
Yeah.
Rugby.
Yeah.
American football.
Yeah.
To clarify.
I
love it.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
Ugh.
And they're buzzing out
buzzing
there.
And bruising out there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an incredible sport to watch. Low score, high score, it's an incredible sport to watch.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think I like rugby so much. Because if it's a low scoring game, like if it's a low scoring football game, it's kind of boring.
Yes. Super Bowl. Can we? Yeah, that was like, yeah.
If it's a decent defensive game, it's fine. But like sometimes it's just
sometimes
it's just sloppy, like sloppy games.
Yeah.
And those can be boring. Even if it's sloppy and rugby and it's a low scoring game, it's still fun as fuck to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're still like getting good tackles in. Like, I mean, everyone's dead fucking tired by the end of the 80-minute reg. Like,
right.
Yeah, 80 minutes.
80 fucking
They
minutes.
get like 15 minutes to rest in between.
It's like their halftime. Okay, I was wondering how much their halftime was.
They just run.
So it's just 40 and 40. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
It's like football. 45.
Those boys are buzzing.
They're moving out there. Also, this is a side note, but hockey players are also pretty attractive too.
Yeah. Why wouldn't they be?
I don't.
You
know what?
I mean?
I'm gonna do a case study.
Have you seen rugby players?
I'm gonna be like objectively speaking. I'm gonna do a study on this.
Have you seen rugby players?
I have. They're
they got the rugged handsomeness.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I mean? Except
do.
Ireland's got a bunch of pretty boys on their team.
Look at the face of international rugby.
Like,
is that why?
No. I mean, I would say the All Blacks are more renowned. Like Ireland
Yeah, I didn't
rugby,
even know much about Ray, and I still knew what the
yeah,
about the
Ireland rugby is very popular because they're a great team. But like the New Zealand All Blacks, it's like that's the rugby
that's
team.
the squad.
Yeah, they're like everyone watches them, ready for them to like come up. That's okay though, because Ireland's really good. I believe they won the World Cup like a couple years ago. So,
Ayo, okay.
so ghost stories.
Oh yeah. So back to about rugby.
I just
Ghost
want,
stories.
I just wanted to mention rugby was kind of like my connecting point to why I don't watch the NFL that much these days.
Fair enough.
And I just kind of scoreboard
Yeah.
watch. I just keep track of like
No, I
who's
know.
winning.
Maybe watching a little bit of the Titans, but then
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
that
saying.
sounds-
It's like
yeah.
I've watched a few. I've watched like chunks. I just can't like sit down through one. Where like today, I literally sat down and caught up, like with rugby.
actually watched. Yeah.
Yeah, and I watched the games, and it's just I don't know. It was really hard to like sit through. Also, if you're a Patriots fan, you have the easiest
Fuck
schedule in the league.
Off if you're a Patriots fan.
You have the
That's all I have to
easiest
say.
schedule in the league, man.
Jesus.
The only team you've played that's been above 500 are the Bills. And let's be honest.
The fucking Bills.
Let's be honest. The Bills are always above 500 in their first like 4 games.
Yeah,
And
they
then they lose at the end of the year.
every year. They saw it and they're like, you know what? Maybe this is the. And then it's
Exactly.
like we end up talking about their tailgates
yeah.
more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We end up going, wow, man, the Bills, they were like 7-2 at a point.
Do you remember when they almost beat the? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Yeah. I
Easy ass fucking schedule.
I cannot wait till the. Sorry, this will be the last thing. I can't wait till the Patriots and the Alabama football dynasties collapse.
Right.
Anyways,
Yeah, Alabama's game is a blowout today, too.
shock.
Either way. Ghost stories. So, I hadn't heard about this.
Same.
It's a UK. It's a British. I don't know. It's something I can't remember who it was from. It's someone. It's a European thing. It's got Martin Freeman in it. Just love it. And the kid, he actually. Okay, so the way that Ghost Story kind of sets up, I liked the movie.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I was like, "What the fuck just happened?" But I enjoyed it in a great way.
I liked the movie.
Yeah.
It kind of starts out in this I like the way it started because it starts out in that very like it's called Ghost Stories and then it does kind of set up the plot to be like we're gonna go through ghost stories.
3 different ghost stories.
And
yeah.
the protagonist he's a skeptic and he has like a TV show that he like debunks like psychics and shit. Which is a totally valid thing to do
Professor
with your
Goodman.
life. Yeah, like if that's your life's calling, I'm proud of you. Please debunk all the psychics.
That's your main mission in life.
Yeah. So the reason why I liked it so much is because I'm a skeptic. I am. I don't believe in anything. I'm
In case you guys didn't pick up on that.
Yeah, I'm a full-blown fucking atheist. And no, that isn't taking a more extreme stance than believing in something. Don't even at me with that shit. I hate when people do that.
Fantastic.
Like, well, isn't that like we don't know everything? So it's like, yeah, I know we don't, but the shit we know doesn't equate to anything else that anyone believes in. Yeah, let me devalue your beliefs.
Oh, okay.
No, seriously, I don't care if you believe in anything. My girlfriend's she's a Christian and she believes in ghouls and goblins and all that shit.
What's a ghoul to a goblin?
Yeah, and
Shut up.
I grew up Baptist, so I at one point believed in demons, and monsters, because Baptists and Catholics, that's their thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a fact. No, but I am a skeptic, and that's why I like the movie so much because they kind of shit on like the skeptic's perception, in a way that wasn't how I've heard of it before.
Okay.
They kind of touch on it like, your skepticism, and they kind of dig on it more like in a way where if you are a skeptic who like runs around going, "You're an idiot," which I've done before. And their whole thing is like, you're a skeptic because you're self-centered and egotistical enough to believe that nothing outside of the realm in which you exist can be a possibility, and it's because you're afraid and scared of anything that could be, and you're so absorbed into yourself that you don't want to admit that. And I really liked that.
Yeah.
And it didn't change my skepticism in one bit. I'm still a skeptic for every fucking reason on the planet. But I liked it.
Yeah. It wasn't abrasive.
No. I enjoyed that. Like, that's like the whole thing is literally about like breaking the skeptic until the very end. But that's what made it. That's why I liked it. So I liked that it was kind of that angle. And it made me go like, oh, yeah, that's great. Like, that's good.
My mind hasn't changed, but that was a good thing.
No, that's great. Of course. I mean, that's why I watch horror films. It's because ain't nothing lurking in the corner, man. It's just a movie.
You know what, though? There were so I enjoyed the film, but just watching it as like a thriller, like a scary movie.
Yeah.
I'm usually pretty good about, like, I don't usually jump, but...
Did you jump?
There was like times I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. No, you know what I really liked?
Yeah.
I liked the practical effects in it.
No, me too.
There wasn't like a ton of CG.
So when like I think in the first Ghost Story, when we're with the night keeper,
yeah,
and he's shining the light, and it's the at first I'm like, that's for sure a child, that's for sure a ghost child, and then it's like a fucking mop, and it's like, oh
yeah,
and that's I mean, like, how many I can't tell you how many times I would just be like, maybe I wake up in the middle of the night and then all of a sudden I look over and I'm just like, what the fuck is that?
Oh,
we've all done it, right? And then it's like, oh, that's just like my robe,
right?
Oh,
right. You wake up. I mean, I have like a hat rack right at the end of my bed, so
you
I
think
wake up
there's
and
a killer.
I see like a hat.
Yeah,
and
is it a bowler
my
hat?
height.
Oh,
so I mean, it's just all of our hats.
I don't know
like,
why I thought that.
Yeah. Do I wear bowler hats?
I don't know, man.
It's just my hat rack. It's the hats I wear. Ball caps, shit like that.
Bucket hats? No, sorry.
Abraham Lincoln hats? It's literally the level in which, I could stand up and it would fit right on top of my head. So
every time you wake up, you think there's someone about to kill you.
No, I'm just saying, like, I get it, right? Like, you wake up and you have like, what do they call that? Like night paralysis or some shit like that, where like you can't move, and so you get like really, really scared because you're kind of like in and out of dreaming. That's
scary.
It's also an explanation to a lot of shit. I had it like 3 weeks ago.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, where like I could not move. And I was like breathing really heavy and my heart started pounding. And all I could think was like, fuck, I got to turn around. I got to roll over. And then I rolled over and I woke up and I came to and I was like, oh, okay. And I went back to sleep,
shit.
Man. Because
you handled it a lot better than I think other people would.
What?
That was kind of fucking scary.
Look, it's night paralysis. I woke up and said, well, that was night paralysis. I went back to sleep.
That was 100% not the way most people would handle that situation.
Well, that's what it is, I looked up, I was like, oh, my hats look like a person. I went back to bed.
I think Tim here would handle scary situations better than I would, clearly.
It's not that I don't get scared. I totally get scared. That movie scared me. I felt uncomfortable.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Right.
I felt uncomfortable. And I definitely jumped at a couple times. I mean, that's the point of a scary movie. But it's just about, like, the moment the movie's over, I'm not, like, I don't get, like,
the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, the heebie-jeebies. Yeah. I don't think, like, the old trick where it's, like, someone's like, yeah, something's behind you. Or where they say no, rather they go, nothing's behind you. Like, don't turn around. You're fine.
Right. And
nothing's behind you.
There's something behind you.
No, seriously. Don't listen to that little voice saying, I just got to check. Just don't look behind you.
Yeah.
You're fine. And that makes people feel uncomfortable. Just those words.
You just saying that to me, just you saying that. And I was almost just like,
Yeah.
I almost wanted
And
to
you
creep behind
want-
me.
and you
Yeah, I
want
almost
to-
wanted to
yeah,
just check.
you want to look back. I just don't get that feeling, which a lot of people get. You watch something scary, and then all of a sudden you kind of have that, like,
Yeah.
you know, what's in the shadow? Like, nothing's in the shadow. It was on a screen, guys. I don't know.
Tim, you're not wrong though. You're not wrong.
No, but I'm a skeptic. I actually don't know your stance on ghouls, goblins, ghosts, demons.
So, I don't fuck with Ouija boards.
Jesus.
He loves you. This we know.
I don't know your stance on any of that.
So, I actually do. Again, there's a little of a healthy dose of skepticism with that, but I do kind of believe in like
Jesus.
feelings and spirits, and when things don't, I do believe in all that shit.
Oh, you an energy person?
I mean, I'm totally feeling those vibes right now, but I think there's kind of so. I would never fuck with a Ouija board. I know it's supposed to be fake, but
It's not supposed to be. It absolutely is.
Okay, yeah.
It's made by Hasbro.
Was it? We need to
It
do
was
like
a board game made for children in
Get
like
the
the
fuck outta
fucking
here.
60s or some shit.
No way.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
It's
So I
literally a
don't,
board game made for kids.
I don't do that.
And then we were like, it's a Wii U. Whatever, dude.
Damn. Okay, well I never did that, and now I definitely won't do that.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
I'll fucking
but
shit on it. Who's here? And then I fucking...
Tom.
I'll make sure that like I eat something bad for you, so I get E. coli, and then I fucking projectile diarrhea on a Ouija board while I'm talking to the spirits of the beyond. All right, so
yeah, I've got a little.
right, so you got
I've
a
got
little,
healthy.
you got some stition, but you're not like
But I'm-
superstition,
Right. Yeah.
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
There's-
yeah. Like
You
I'm
got like a healthy dose of stition,
right. Like I'm the type of person that's like, oh shit, it's a full moon.
Oh, a
So-
little stition.
But it's like also in the full there's real
Also-
scientific factors
yeah.
that like play into that.
Also, this is just because of how it rotates.
Right, exactly. Right, exactly. So like,
Right.
There's-
You're not superstitious, little
but
stitious.
a little stitious. I
All
like
right.
that. I'm a little stitious. Yeah, I'm a little stitious. So I enjoyed the idea
Yeah.
because I'm bought in.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that could happen.
So, it sets up that he's a skeptic. He ends up like,
Our main character looks like a mix of Paul Giamatti and Seth Rogen.
that's very true.
Okay,
I'm sure he's been in plenty of other things.
I'm sure he has because just with that.
If you can't tell, we're just kind of winging this. I'm not going to IMDb these guys. Martin Freeman's in the movie. That's all that matters.
Starring. He looks great, by the way.
No, he's awesome.
Dapper in those suits, man.
Martin Freeman always looks great.
Enjoyed it. Okay, sorry.
Martin, if you're listening, I'd fuck you. I would, bud,
Bud,
you and I, all day.
consensually.
All day, man. I would fuck you. He's listening. That's like the.
That's what I'm saying. He's
30th.
added to the list of
Yeah, it's the
people that
30th
are listening
celebrity
to. Yeah,
to
that's
this.
listening.
So they set up Mr. Goodman, Professor Goodman. They set him up. He's a skeptic. He has a show. He's a skeptic because of an idol of his, another doctor, who also kind of did the similar shit that he did, where he, went around kind of. He claims that he's helping people. Really, he's just debunking what people believe are like ghost stories. Well, he ends up getting like a tape from his idol.
Yes.
But his idol was believed to had gone missing, and I think everyone just assumed he was dead.
Yeah.
So he
He's an
gets a
older
tape
gentleman.
from that. Clearly, he's kind of shook about it. He meets the guy. His idol is Irish.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
And just a different
accents alone
The
with this
different
film.
accent came in, and I was like,
Oh.
okay, fucking Irishman. And he kind of just tells the protagonist, Professor Goodman that his show is shit and he's a shit person, and he explains why he's a skeptic. And he was like, well, I have these 3 cases. If you can prove them wrong, them wrong and come back to me and show me.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, please help me with this. And then as he walks away, he turns back and he sees like the hooded figure that kind of makes the appearance throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Just a subtle little thing in the back. You can almost barely tell. You just know that it's there. So that's the first sign that some shit is going down.
Something is amiss.
Yeah, that's beyond the realms of what we perceive to be normal reality. Yes. Superstitious shit going on. Supernatural things going on. And that's one of the best fucking, and it happens like 5 minutes into the movie. It just kind of goes. And so, yeah, it kind of sets up the ghost stories. You meet the 3 individuals. First guy is a night keeper of this like old mental hospital for women. That conversation between Professor Goodman and then the priest that the night watchman like went to after the event was so incredible. That's another conversation that I really liked.
I enjoyed that exchange. Yeah.
Because
what made you?
Because he was like, well, you know, he was a drunk and he was, or what, I can't remember if he said he was drunk. He was, he kind of, Professor Goodman was trying to like take notches into the different type of personalities, not disorders, but like quirks that the night watchman has clearly.
Right.
And that's what he was equating to like the episode
why
he had this interaction with this ghost girl. And the professor was just like, and he was like, so, you know, if that's, you know, he goes, if he's even telling the truth. And the priest was just like, he is telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
He's a devout man who came in and is telling the truth. And we have no reason not to believe that. And then he kind of goes on about, look at what the experience made him do.
Mm-hmm.
It made him reconnect with his daughter. It made him make amends with something that had been, you know, a divide in his family. So the experience was as real as it needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
So even the priest is like, you know what?
Look what happened. Yeah.
Like even
look at the outcome.
Yeah, even the experience is real because the outcome that came from it is real. And I was like, good one, man.
It is though.
Yeah, I was like, good one. That's good, man. Good job.
That was beautifully
good
written
job.
in.
Still a skeptic, but good job. No, so they had good moments like that throughout this movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I liked it. And the practical, and I like the practical effects.
Yeah.
I love that.
That was,
come on, guys like running around just in makeup and costume. It's incredible. It's amazing. It's so good. It's so much. I don't know. I'm not gonna like, you know, dig like CGI is a piece of shit. No, it's great. It does. CGI does a lot of things for us.
Yeah.
And it makes a lot of movies conceivable. But you know, it's nice whenever you get like.
I think it's refreshing in a way. Yeah, absolutely.
These lower budget movies that pull it off really well.
Mm-hmm. It's a little bit more satisfying in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second one
kind of still I'm like, what the fuck happened? Not gonna lie. The first and third one, I mean, they connected, but the second one, I'm still just like confused.
Do you recognize the kid?
No. Where's he
He's
from?
From Black Mirror.
Oh.
Yeah. In one of the most fucked up episodes of Black Mirror I ever watched.
Which one? Which episode are you referring to? Which one is that one?
He's the kid.
Is this the?
He's the kid that gets blackmailed because he masturbates to underage pornography.
Yes. Okay.
So, fun fact about me and Black Mirror.
Okay.
I had a late introduction to Black Mirror.
Okay.
4 seasons were out by the time I watched it.
All right.
Right.
Yeah.
Which in that show's world is 5 years.
Right, yeah, I was going to say it's a while.
Of production.
But not actually. But yeah, okay.
And Black Mirror is so goddamn intense that there were certain episodes that I had to that would be the one where I'd go, and I'm done for the day on Black Mirror. I can't watch it anymore.
Yeah.
That was an episode.
Yeah.
When he like totally gets it's just a fucked up episode. Like it's just but he's a great actor. That kid is amazing in everything. He's in some other shit too, but like I loved him in that. I've seen him in like smaller roles outside of like, but in the Black Mirror episode, he's great. And then in the movie, he was
so good. He was
one of my favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to start top like Martin Freeman's whole thing, but like, no, he was great. His story was great, and I thought, I don't know if his story wasn't necessarily like the creepiest, but his meeting him was the creepiest.
Oh yeah, his mannerisms. I mean, he was and he had that weird laugh thing going on in the car. Yeah, no, he would.
Yeah,
made me feel uncomfortable.
Oh yeah,
compared to the first.
Also, if you ever like just have your parents like, nothing to me is creepier in a film than people not staring at you, staring away, with things going on that looks like they're supposed to be doing a task, but they're not. They're just staring away. So in the movie, it'll make sense when I give a point of reference.
We go. Yep.
In the movie, the dishes are being done. The mom is wearing the gloves. The water is on. And both the mom and dad are standing there just staring. Arms by their side, nothing happening. But the scene is meant to be a scene with them doing the dishes.
Yeah.
But they're not doing anything. It's so fucking weird and creepy.
No, that is one.
And so if you walk into a scene and it feels like, oh, this is what's supposed to be happening. Imagine walking into your backyard and what looks like supposed to be happening is your dad's supposed to be raking leaves. But all he's doing is standing with the rake and staring.
Yeah, that's fucking creepy.
Back towards you, and he's just staring.
Yeah.
It's the creepiest thing you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, that's creepy.
It's
a little unsettling.
I thought my dad isn't even on the planet anymore, and I mentally watched my dad do that and got scared. He's not even here anymore.
And you're like, I don't even. I didn't even pick up on that until you just said that.
Yeah, so that was
nice call.
His whole meeting him was the creepiest.
That's what I'm saying.
His whole thing was weird.
His interaction was really fucking weird.
So weird. Fuck. His house felt lived in but empty.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. Anytime you set up like something that looks like it's supposed to be a thing, but then it's just like vacant, that's scarier than any like old abandoned asylum any day of the week. Like any day of the week.
No,
that's why they say like Chernobyl is so creepy. Is because like, or was, it's a little decrepit now, but like the initial like cleanup is just like these a little ransacked, but like for the most part totally put together places that were empty, just vacant.
That's so eerie.
And it's so eerie.
Yeah, that's so eerie.
Why is that so eerie? I don't
know. That's a good I guess it's the idea that someone was here before you, but you don't know anything about them.
Right.
And then they just left,
but like
all their
the
stuff.
Possessions are gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's there, but like
it's fucking weird.
Yeah.
But maybe that's because we place such a value.
Yeah. That's what we just cracked the code.
All right, that's it. I'm gonna drop the microphone now. No, I'm just kidding.
Good job.
But yeah.
We value the things around us, and so the idea of those just being there, but nothing perceivably intense happened for you to leave them there.
Right.
That's just creepy. It's fucking weird, man.
It is fucking weird, man.
Yeah, he's got like devil shit coming after him.
That's why he was the only one to me that it didn't click with, because his shit was kind of fucking weird, and we never actually saw what was messing with him. At least I don't remember. I don't know if you. I don't recall, but we don't actually see the Because in the first
like
one
the
we
goat
yeah,
beast.
right. Yeah, the goat, whatever that is. Like we see it on the ground when he originally hits it, but
Yeah, you see a little bit. That might have been a budget
and,
thing.
right, and then the tree.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what.
Yeah.
Tree was good.
I don't know. He had some dark ones.
That's what I'm
after all.
saying. That could have been a spinoff. He could have his own spinoff with that one.
Yeah.
Cause it, and yeah, the fucking pictures on the wall and everything. Yeah, he was a weirdo.
Right.
He was a.
But there is a thing to note that when he goes to investigate the site in which his car broke down, Professor Goodman sees himself in his own car, like
The guy looking at
blue and pale.
Mm-hmm.
He sees himself blue and pale in his own car. Then he goes to open up the window or open up the door,
Yeah.
and then like he disappears. So that's the movie kind of just starts creeping in more of that happening to Professor Goodman as he's investigating all these things.
Did you see that at the end?
What?
Like the twist? I don't know if it'd be a twist, but
Did I see it coming?
yeah,
No.
yeah.
I
didn't
had
either. I didn't
no
expect
clue
that.
what was happening, like at all. If this is based off of a playwright or something like that,
Okay. No idea.
that they converted into, I'm pretty sure the original guys are involved in that in the movie.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah,
We'd like to see that.
Yeah, of course. They I did. Yeah, I did not see it at all. So, Martin Freeman's was the most. I think that was the scariest one. The Nightkeeper guy was pretty scary, but I think
It was a good way to lead up to it, but yeah.
that was his shit was creepy. That lady was creepy. His wife. Yeah.
Dead
Shit was
wife.
creepy, man.
I thought we would see the baby. It was kind of
No, of course not. Ugh. No, it was
Split her in
creepy though,
two.
right? Because it was all about like how he saw this, and he had known that they were gonna call and say that she had died. And then he just blows his fucking brains out.
what an incredible lead up.
Yeah.
Because this whole time I'm thinking we're about to go hunting, like game hunting,
Yeah.
or maybe about to go up to the house and he's bringing out his protection and they're just having a moment and it's like
Right.
actually
No, he blows his
What a
fucking head off
fucking
because
shot,
clearly
literally.
he doesn't want to live with those demons.
no. So can I just say, like, there were, especially during the first one, there were multiple times in that sequence where I just would have been like, fuck this, I'm going home, I'm getting out of here.
Right.
Like,
If you're ever just at work and,
And
weird shit
crazy
like that,
shit,
occurs, just leave,
leave.
man. It's
Fuck
not
it.
worth
It's not
it.
worth your paycheck. I'll tell you
Nah.
this right now. It's
Nah.
not going to be worth your
No,
paycheck.
it's not.
The the experience that you have after might be,
Yeah.
but no, it's not. But yeah, but
Right.
there's every time you watch movies like this, you're just like, I would leave by now.
Yeah.
Or would you? I don't know. It's that skeptic in you, right?
Yeah.
Would you try and like justify?
I
don't know.
find it very hard to believe that most people would stick through as long as people in the movies do. Because most people believe in it a lot more than I do. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I would be the guys in the movie that
They would
are
stick
super
through it all.
annoying.
No.
They would be super
Oh.
annoyed. You'd be like, just fucking leave, bro. And I'd be like, I don't want
I don't know.
to. This is dumb. Something
No,
logical has to be
Brett,
going on. But most people aren't. Like, I don't think. I keep on saying think. I know, like statistically, census wise, I mean, it's known that most people are like they believe in something. So
Yeah.
it's like 2% are atheists, and the rest believe in something.
And some,
so
yeah. Obviously, they might. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
So I just keep on saying I think. I know.
I know.
Most
I know.
people are more superstitious than I am. So
Fair enough.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a fact of
That
life.
is that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
The twist ending we're talking about is Martin Freeman blows his fucking head off, and then
just
Professor Goodman,
fucking ambassador of
he's
this crazy
obviously
parade.
Distressed.
Right.
He goes back to his idol's shanty
With a
Sort of-
number on the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one would take like another watch. I guarantee you, it would take another watch to kind of see all the subtleties.
Yeah.
We ain't got time for that.
We don't have time. It was just a one
No.
watch run through.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, we don't have time to just like watch movies. No,
We're not completely getting paid for
Like,
this yet.
no, we don't have time to watch movies twice. Definitely not back to back. No way. No way.
No how.
Put that shit in. Old YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he goes back to his idol's house and he's like fucking, just spitting all the
It's like you're fucking wrong.
standard like scientific like skepticism, trying your best to
Yep.
convince yourself that you didn't just experience the shit you've experienced. And as the old man is talking, he like rips his fucking skin off
Insane.
and reveals that Martin Freeman is underneath
He's
there.
back.
Um,
Brain fully intact.
And Jesus Christ. Like from there, they rip down the shanty like it's a set.
Yeah.
It just goes.
It took a turn.
Yeah,
It took
goes
such a
into
turn
this
after
like
that.
spiral. But the whole point of the spiral was to kind of get underneath him and show that why is he the way he is, and you end up finding out that he kind of abandoned, I guess, mentally handicapped kid in this tunnel. And although he wasn't the one who made him go in the tunnel, he didn't do anything to help. And so that clearly like eats at him,
Yeah.
And then it kind of becomes like, everyone has their little demons.
That was one of my favorite parts of the film. Was when it turned into when he was like, I wasn't the one that did any of that. Like, I didn't do anything. And Martin Freeman's like, exactly. You didn't do anything.
And then it takes a second twist inside of a twist.
Twistception, if you will.
Yeah. And then you find out he's comatose.
Yeah.
Professor
Goodman
is comatose because he tried to kill himself due to asphyxiation in his car,
Right.
but failed, put himself in comatose, and everyone around him that the ghost stories are through are actually just people in the hospital. Oh,
What?
man.
Yeah.
What a fucking bummer. And it goes back to the same line that they kind of say through the whole thing is like, the eyes see what they want to see. And like the brain, thinks what it wants to think. Fuck, dude. Like it's fucking A. What an ending.
When do you think that actually happened? Were we like already in or were we already in the coma when the movie started?
Right. We were, because the ending frame. Well, you know that the opening frame is like that foggy, like glass window.
Yeah.
Well, that's the ending frame as well.
Because fuck, I'm glad you picked that up.
Because the night watchman, who happens to just be the janitor,
yeah,
wheeled over a mirror. To aim it at his eyes.
Right.
Because his eyes are kind of open, and I guess he's like
Another
coma patients kind of have some attachment to the outside world.
Mm-hmm.
And so he put that over him so he could like see the window. And then it zooms into that mirror, and then you realize, like, oh shit, this is the frame we've been seeing throughout the film. It's the opening frame, and it's like in the middle a couple different times.
Shit, all right.
And so you kind of just realize you're in this guy's head. What made him want to kill himself? Good question. Probably have to watch again. I don't know if I will.
I don't know if I will for the time, but
I mean, overall, it's a good film.
it was a fun little Spooktober film.
Yeah.
It was like it was only like an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's perfectly.
And it's like you said, the story moves at a really good pace.
Perfectly
like you're
paced.
not really fucking around. Like
it's
you're
filmed well.
Yeah.
Like it's filmed really well. It looks great. And it's got some storylines that kind of make you have to think and ponder. And and you get to bite on a little bit of all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, I'm still a skeptic. And it's not like it changed my mind. Then
Right.
Again,
But you're sitting here like.
then again, if my mind's gonna be changed,
it's not probably going
from
to be
like
through yeah.
I clearly don't have hard stances to begin with.
Touche. That brings
Seriously,
it. Yeah, you're
no,
not wrong in that.
if your
Yeah,
mind
yeah.
ever gets changed through some horse shit like that, then you were just ready to be pushed. Like,
You were looking for something.
Yeah.
To look for, yeah.
but so I mean, again, I'm not like it wouldn't change because of that. So, but again, I liked the points. I especially liked the priest conversation. That was really good.
That was nice. No, that was a good conversation. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, it was good. Like I said, just like watching it from a scary movie. Like it was good.
yeah. So you have the stance that like the story can make you think, and there's
Right.
some good twists to it, and then also just as a scary movie, it's good. It's
Yeah.
got some spooks.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it had me on the edge of my seat the
No.
entire time, but like when the stories kind of kick into play, it is like it has a good feeling.
Yeah. And even though there wasn't like the story, like the three individual, I guess, ghost stories have such good pacing to them
Yeah.
because I found myself, in the time when we were transitioning to and from, I was like, all right, like let's just get this shit started. Like,
I'm not even gonna lie. I thought for a second when I recommended it, I thought for a second we were about to get into like like anthology horror film, like VHS or something like that, which I
Yeah.
wasn't prepared for,
not prepared for that either.
or like the ABCs of Death.
I
I don't know if you've seen any of those.
No,
too.
I haven't seen. Yeah.
So it was a really popular thing for like 4 years to do like anthology
Mm-hmm.
horror films,
Right.
specifically horror films.
Okay.
And so one movie would be like, 5 or 6 different stories completely. It would just stop and move on. And I think ABCs of Death and VHS all had different directors for each short film that was in it.
Okay.
So it's a cool idea.
Yeah.
VHS, I think there's 3 of them. And then ABCs of Death, I think there's 2.
Okay.
There might be 3 of the ABCs of Death. I don't know. But the only reason why they can do sequels is just because, again, it's just different directors and different writers doing all the different ones, and they kind of
Have the same theme.
smush them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
ABCs of Death follows the alphabet, though.
That's
it's
cool.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's even, a little bit more creative. Although I will say, I probably will never watch VHS again because I've seen it twice.
Mm-hmm.
So that won't be an episode. VHS is really, I liked it. The first one I liked. I remember me back in high school, me and like 2 or 3 of us watched it all together.
Mm-hmm.
And we were all fucking scared out of our minds.
Oh, shit,
man.
okay.
No, we had a good time with it because it just some stories are just some stories are really good.
Yeah.
Some stories are kind of creepy and just eerie, and others are genuine like what the fuck. Like,
Yes. Okay. Interesting.
yeah, no, it's good. So if you
Check it out.
if you want to spook,
So I say it's that time of the year.
it is.
Yeah.
Brenda doesn't like horror films, so she doesn't really sit down with me and watch
Missing
that
out,
stuff,
man.
man. I mean, that's fine. But I always tell her it's like when it's October, I just get in that mood.
You have to.
I
Yeah,
do. I get in that
know.
mood. That's when I want to watch the most horror films.
Yes,
I'm just like,
absolutely.
I gotta watch all.
I want
of
to
them.
watch. Yeah. That's what we do.
I'm sure we're gonna watch. More.
October's not over yet, but yeah.
If not another horror film, we'll watch like a, horror comedy or
Horror
something.
comedies, thrillers.
It's
Possibilities are endless.
That, yeah, it's that time of year, man.
Spooktober.
When December comes around, guess what?
Christmas.
Christmas movies for Christmas with the Cranks pod.
What?
That's gonna be a 2-hour special. Christmas with the Cranks. It's not. It's not.
But we are. We will do a Christmas special though. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You got anything to add?
No, I was gonna think. What's one scary movie that you will just like watch all the time if it's on?
Oh man, one scary movie. The Conjuring.
You like that?
I
We
love
talk
that
about
movie.
Yeah.
I talk about
I
that
watch
movie
it.
all
Yeah,
the
I
time.
need to watch it.
I love
Heard
that
good things
movie.
about it.
Shit. I would say that'd be a great episode, but I've already talked about pretty much everything that I like about it.
Awesome. Act like I've heard it again. It's fine.
No, that's a good one. You know what? And I really like the first Paranormal Activity.
The first Paranormal Activity is actually really well done.
I really like that movie.
It was really, yeah. It was, and it, again, I'm not usually one that's like, oh my gosh, like, jump it. But that was one that I was like on the edge of my seat for.
Creepy,
yeah,
man.
It was good. It was really good,
Yeah,
especially for the modern day horror film.
Yeah.
Scream is the one that I enjoy the fuck out of Scream.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
There you go.
I love it.
Nightmare on Elm Street. If the first one's on, I'm definitely about it.
Yeah, Nightmare on Elm, Halloween. Also, I'll watch the early ones just for just to nostalgic purposes. Yeah, JLC. Her fucking Activia yogurt.
Yeah. You know what? I will say.
Yeah.
I'm not a Friday the 13th fan. I like the first one, but like, I'm not as big of a fan of that franchise as like Nightmare on Elm Street franchise.
Yeah.
I know.
I could do without it. Yeah. I don't know if you remember.
First one's good though.
First one is good. Another one, it's not really like Halloween themed per se, but it's a good creepy one. Hide and Seek with De Niro and I think Dakota Fanning. Young Dakota Fanning. Yeah, that's a fucking good one.
Evil Dead.
I'll
do Evil Dead 2 or the remake of Evil Dead any day of the week.
Any day of the week.
Any fucking day of the week.
Catch me on there. Okay. Yeah. No, that's a good one.
Evil Dead 2 is Sam Raimi's, like, it says 2, but it's pretty much just like, I'm going to make the first one, but better.
I'm okay with that. Yeah.
And then the remake is fucking awesome. And they just did such a good job. I mean, it's such a good like homage, and it brings everything about like the first Evil Dead just into a modern horror film.
Yes,
it's so good. And it's fucking creepy. That movie still creeps me out, man. Like that movie is
talking about it.
Yeah, that movie's creepy as shit. And then you know what? Anything in the like Army of Darkness, which is like the third of the Evil Dead, and then Ash versus Evil Dead, which is a Starz show. That's a good one.
Okay.
They're so funny. Sam Raimi is just incredible at that. He's good at like incorporating comedy and practical effects and horror into one big clusterfuck of a
just because it's a horror film doesn't mean it has to be.
No, seriously. I mean, if anyone's a fan of that, like the Evil Dead series, that including Army of Darkness, if you haven't seen at least one episode of Ash vs. Evil Dead, it's impeccable.
Okay.
It's on Starz, so wherever you can get like Starz access, it's fucking phenomenal.
Okay,
it's so funny. I mean, it's just got everything. It's got camp, it's got the horror, it's got all of it. Just can't beat it.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out then. Thank you.
Can't beat it.
Thanks for that recommendation.
Yeah, that's my rec. Spend all October catching up.
But actually, though, if you guys have any suggestions, maybe things you guys like to watch in the October when you're feeling spooky, let us know. Hit us up.
Right. Hit us up. Add us.
Yeah. This is the one time you can. I know Tim said don't earlier, but when it comes to this.
On the Twitter or the Gram.
On the Twitter.
The Gram's mostly just going to be the pod pub.
The Gram. Yeah. You guys didn't know already. It's mostly action shots of the pod. Send us pictures of your pod animals.
Pod animals. That's
pups.
That's the new direction of
your
the
kittens.
Show.
This is turning into
just the pod animal.
This is about to be an Animal Planet show. Listen, if they're cute enough, they might end up on the. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
We'll send you. No. No, seriously.
Yeah. what are some of your favorite horror films?
In this 5-point essay, I will no.
All right.
Okay. Thank you guys.
Yeah, next time on So You.